So yesterday's news, they're all covering it, eh? News.com.au. What is long vax symptoms linked to COVID-19 shot baffle docs? They baffle the docs. Yes, the doctors are baffled. Now comes... You've heard of long COVID, yeah, the bullshit story. The cases of people who can't shake the lingering symptoms of COVID-19. Now comes long vax, a rare but baffling, I'm baffled, I can't figure it out either, set of symptoms that follow a small number of people for months after receiving the COVID-19 vaccine. You see one or two patients and you wonder if it's a coincidence, Dr. Anne Louise Oaklander, a neurologist and researcher at Harvard Medical School. And then she goes on to say, but by the time you've seen 10 to 20 patients, she said, where there's smoke, there's fire. Cases are very rare though, even less common than the few reported cases of long COVID. No, in Australia, we just get smashed with everything's long COVID. There isn't just a few reported cases, and medical experts are still analysing data to determine what might be behind them. They haven't figured it out yet, they're baffled. Symptoms of long vax can mimic those of long COVID. Oh, now, so you, doc, have I got long COVID or have I got long vax? What have I got, mate? Tell me. Headaches, intense fatigue, an abnormal heart rate, and blood pressure. Patients are also telling their doctors about tingling. Oh, this would be the GlaxoSmithKline ads that we get smashed with every time you turn the TV on for shingles. My sister has just had shingles. And of course, she's vaccinated and she's only in her early 40s. Patients are also telling their doctors about tingling, electric shock-like sensations, burning pain, and blood circulation issues that appear weeks, days, or even hours after receiving the COVID-19 shot. Other patients have symptoms resembling those of postural orthostatic tachycardia or POTS, including weakness, swings in heart rate and blood pressure, fatigue and brain fog. Wow, this is even more detailed than the other article by Daily Mail. So around 1 in 10 people who contract COVID get long COVID, and now they're going to come out with statistics, of course, of people who've got the vaccination are getting persistent headaches, irregular heartbeat, heart rate, abnormal blood pressure, and intense tiredness. Oh, here we go. The fear of anti-vaxxers. Well, you've just put enough real fear in people if they've read this and computed what they've just read. It's got nothing to do with... We are people who haven't had the shot, don't need to say anything more at this point. Seriously, so now you're going to demonise the anti-vaxxers. It's the fear of anti-vaxxers. I'll keep reading. Many doctors are hesitant to openly discuss the possibility of a long vax syndrome, fearing it will be seized upon by... It doesn't need to be seized upon. If it's true, it means people are in deep shit. Upon by anti-vaccine conspiracy theorists who try to discredit a vaccine that has safe... No, I won't even say it. We can't rule out rare cases. Yeah, everything's rare. No matter how many thousands or tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands, and gets to millions of people, it's still rare. Okay, I'm just scrolling ahead. There we go. For example, the inactivated influenza shot in rare cases can cause Guillain-Barré syndrome, GBS. Well, we learnt early on that the COVID shot does produce GBS in some people, an immune disorder that causes muscle weakness and sometimes paralysis of the face. We know that, we've seen that. And the CDC reports that tiredness, muscle pain, headache, shivering, fever, stomach pain and nausea are common after the shingles vaccine. Yeah, well, I've got shingles. I've had shingles many times. I've never had the shingles vaccine. I just bear it, live it out till it goes away. The last time I had it, it lasted for 6 months. It was pretty bad. I didn't get the breakout this time, but I had the electric shocks up the back for 6 months, and I was driving truck, so that was all fun. But the overwhelming majority of people, vaccines are safe and effective, and any side effects are usually temporary and minor. Could it be POTS? Still an intriguing number of long Vaxx reports. I love this now. It's just now we've got long Vaxx. It's confirmed we have long Vaxx. Reports have come trickling in from doctors. Trickling in. All right. And this other doctor says where you see, what'd you say? Where you see something, you see fire, because it's a fire. It's a full-blown firestorm at the moment now. Come trickling in from doctors and researchers around the globe, particularly cases of POTS overlapping the COVID-19 infection. POTS causes a number of symptoms when a person moves from lying down to standing up, such as rapid heart rate, dizziness, and fatigue. Researchers are continuing to investigate cases of POTS both after the vaccine, COVID-19 infection, after vaccination. Yes, these lingering effects are not anything to do with COVID. They're post-vaccination. That's the end of the article. So if we go back to long Vaxx as the headline, as a search. So you've got the New York Post article. You've got long COVID Northwestern. Yeah, that's long COVID. Long post-COVID vaccination syndrome. Well, so they actually launched, it was talked about in February of 2022. But on this OA text, some small time paper. Post-vax COVID is a new disease. Really? 21st of September 2021. Anyway, this is the news today. New York Post, Daily Mail, even news.com.au. So it is a New York Post article, but it's brought up by news.com.au. I didn't get that. Anyway, this is the one I just read. So the truth's coming out, people, which is good. It's inevitable. Thanks for listening.